Throughout the vast and storied history of ancient Egypt, one issue that persisted, despite the risks and consequences, was tomb robbing. The tombs of pharaohs and elite Egyptians were alluring targets for thieves, beckoning with the promise of untold wealth and treasures. Gold, jewelry, and valuable offerings meant for the afterlife lay hidden within these sacred resting places, making them irresistible to those driven by greed and ambition. Yet, the motivations behind tomb robbing extended beyond mere material gain. Tomb robbers were also captivated by the belief in the mystical properties of ancient Egyptian artifacts. Within the confines of these tombs, they imagined possessing objects imbued with supernatural powers, capable of bringing fortune and favor. For some, the allure of wielding the magic of the ancients proved too potent to resist. As tomb robbers sought entry into these sacred crypts, they employed a range of cunning methods. Some would painstakingly dig intricate tunnels, while others opted for brute force, breaking through the very walls that guarded the secrets within. Bribery, too, played a part in gaining access or acquiring vital information about the tombs and their contents. Once inside, tomb robbers would plunder the treasures with unbridled audacity. They showed no hesitation in employing their destructive prowess to force open sarcophagi and other containers, laying claim to the riches held within, while some would selectively take only the most valuable items, leaving behind what they deemed less significant. Others left behind trails of destruction in their wake. To thwart these relentless intruders, ancient Egyptians constructed intricate traps and obstacles within their tombs. The mazes of hidden chambers, false passageways, and cunningly laid booby traps were all devised with a singular purpose: to thwart the ill-intentioned and ensure the sanctity of their final resting places. Despite the elaborate measures undertaken, countless tombs still fell prey to the relentless hands of tomb robbers over the course of centuries. The ancient Egyptians, aware of the ever-looming threat of tomb robbers, implemented diverse strategies to protect their sacred tombs. One of the primary tactics involved concealing the tombs' locations, effectively camouflaging them from prying eyes. False entrances were skillfully crafted to confuse and mislead any intruders attempting to breach the sanctuaries of the dead. Moreover, once the burial chambers were sealed, they were fortified with massive stone doors, further safeguarding the secrets within. Inside these protected tombs, traps and obstacles stood as vigilant guards. Ingeniously designed false floors would buckle under the weight of any unwelcome intruder, sending them tumbling into concealed pits below. Such intricate mechanisms aimed to deter, if not eliminate, the risk posed by those who dared to defile these secret spaces. In addition to physical deterrence, the ancient Egyptians called upon the forces of magic and mysticism to protect their tombs. On the walls of these sepulchres, they inscribed powerful spells and curses, intended to ward off intruders and inflict severe consequences upon those who dared disturb the eternal rest of the dead. These incantations were believed to wield a potent influence over the realm of the living, as well as the afterlife. The impact of tomb robbing on ancient Egyptian society was profound. The desecration of these sacred sites and the theft of invaluable artifacts represented a severe loss of cultural heritage. Precious objects, once intended for the afterlife, were pilfered, disrupting the delicate equilibrium believed to exist between the living and the dead. The consequences of this imbalance were believed to affect both realms, potentially causing harm and misfortune. Moreover, the loss of these invaluable artifacts deprived future generations of invaluable insights into the ancient Egyptian civilization. With countless objects lost forever or ending up in private collections, the understanding of ancient culture became increasingly elusive. The loss of these treasures, in turn, made it difficult for scholars to piece together the full tapestry of the civilization's legacy, leaving significant gaps in the comprehension of its rituals, beliefs, and societal structures. Regrettably, tomb robbing remains a prevailing issue in Egypt even today. In recent years, several high-profile cases of artifacts being stolen from museums and archaeological sites have surfaced, raising suspicions of tomb robbing as a source of these illicit acquisitions. The Egyptian government, acknowledging the gravity of this ongoing problem, has undertaken various measures to combat tomb robbing. Heightened security measures have been implemented at archaeological sites and museums, while severe penalties are imposed on those caught stealing antiques. Collaborating with international organizations to recover stolen artifacts has become a crucial aspect of their efforts to reclaim their precious heritage. In conclusion, despite the elaborate precautions taken by the ancient Egyptians Tomb robbing in ancient Egypt proves to be an ever-persistent problem. Fueled by the lure of wealth and the allure of the mystical, tomb robbers relentlessly sought to desecrate and plunder these sacred crypts. The impact of this pervasive issue reverberated throughout the fabric of ancient Egyptian society, robbing it of its cultural legacy and leaving an enduring legacy of intrigue and mystery. Today, the battle against tomb robbing continues, as Egypt strives to safeguard its historical treasures and preserve its ancient legacy for future generations to come.